What's up, everybody? This is Scott from NoLaughToMetal.com, and this is a response video to two different people, actually, who on the exact same night, within, I don't know, minutes, hours of each other, both posted their favorite live videos. One was Heavy Metal Corner, and Ronnie James Denham, and he basically challenged me to come up with my top 10 heavy metal live albums. And then also the Vinyl Corner at the same time came up and he showed his vinyl albums, and he asked other people to show theirs. So I thought I'd just kill two birds with one stone and again do that tonight. So yeah, hard to keep it down, only 10. I like live albums, especially live albums out of the 70s and early 80s. Some of the best were put out then, but I kept it down to almost 10. So here we go. So number one. Not necessarily in any kind of order, but the last 4 or 5 are probably among my favorites of all time. But among these 10 plus are all among my favorites of all time. So, Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. I just showed this record in a random pool video not too long ago. A classic Motorhead record with a classic lineup. Filthy Phil Taylor, Fast Eddie Clarke, Let Me Kill Mr. I mean, it's just a great live record. Raw, heavy, Motorhead, loud. That's what it is. It's just Motorhead. So yeah, Motorhead. No Sleep Till Hammersmith. I believe that album came out in 1980, 79, 80, 81, somewhere down in that area. Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes. Basically swan song for guitarist Julie Roth, and what a record it is. I mean, Fly to the Rainbow on this album, fantastic. Julie Roth's guitar pyrotechnics on this album are just out of this world. Yeah, just a classic record. All early Scorpions, you know, pre-pop metal Scorpions, obviously. It's just a, you know, I've often heard it said that live albums are the end of an era for a band, and many times it is, and this is definitely the case with this one. It was the end of an era for a band. Great album. Classic lineup, Scorpions. Some thrash metal. This is one I'm not going to show on vinyl because I don't have the vinyl. Overkill, Wrecking Your Neck Live. This one was released on vinyl, I just don't have it. Double CD, recorded live in Cleveland. I don't know what it is with Overkill in Cleveland, but live in Cleveland, Overkill, a 1995 recording. I love Overkill. This is just raw thrash metal, heavy, energetic. The crowd is just really into it and pumping the band up, and right back at them. The band is just on fire and pumping the crowd up. Fantastic live recording. Features songs from the entire catalog from the time they started in the mid '80s all the way through '95. Would love to get that one on vinyl someday. Oh well. More thrash. Hyrax. This is a newer vinyl. This is from the 2000s. I can't remember the exact year this one was released. I didn't look it up before I pulled it from the shelf, but yeah, what I like about this album, this is live. There's no overdubs to fix the rubs. There's it's all in here. And at one point, even Kate DePena, the singer for Hyrax, stops the band in the middle of the song just to stop a fight in the crowd. And he basically chews these guys out and tells them to knock it off. And if you want to fight, fight with your words. And he starts telling them, I'd rather hear you guys fighting over who's better, Motorhead or Metallica. And he just, it's just off the cuff and cool. And I really like this live album. It's a double record. This particular one's on blue and yellow vinyl. Live to Keep It True Festival. Crash and Destroy. Okay, live albums won't get any better than this one. UFO, Strangers in the Night. Another end of an era. I mean, this is, Michael Schenker, who left the band not long after. But yeah, classic live record. Had this one on vinyl and CD, and the CD is cool because it restores the entire show. Some of the songs that were missing from the record. Yeah, double record, gatefold. Band was on fire, and it's also heavier than they were on the studio records. Just it's probably just that, you know, they capture that raw energy that you get on a stage you can't capture in a studio. UFO Strangers of the Night. Raven, live at the Inferno. Awesome live record. Basically takes, you know, this new wave of British heavy metal, athletic rock, speed metal, thrash metal, whatever we're gonna call them, band, and their first 3 records all combined into this one record. And again, live records, End of an Era was for them too. This is their last record for on Neat Records, independent label, when they had just signed to Atlantic Records. Yeah, not only did they sign to Atlantic Records, but the sound changed. But this album just encompasses that raw, fast, manic sound that they were purveyors of in the early 80s during that new wave of British heavy metal movement. Yeah, great record. Raven, Live at the Inferno. Again, double record, gatefold. This next one might surprise some people. Everybody knows I'm a huge Aerosmith fan. If you watch my videos, you know I love Aerosmith. So you might think I'm going to show Aerosmith live bootlegs or classics live or one of those records, but my favorite Aerosmith live record is one I've had since I was a kid, and I still listen to this one regularly. Look Homeward Angel. It's a bootleg. It's a fairly well-known bootleg. It's a fairly widely distributed bootleg. Has a couple different covers. Recorded in '75, I believe. A single record. But sometimes I like them single records, them short, sweet single records like Cloister Cult, Some Enchanted Evening, or Foghat Live. Or there's just so many great live albums that are just short, you know, and they leave you wanting for more. And that's the case with this one. This is really raw Aerosmith. I mean, this is just Aerosmith as they were in the early '70s. So track listing is SOS, Too Bad, Somebody, Dream On, Write Me a Letter, Walking the Dog, Train Kept a Rolling, and Toys in the Attic. There you go. Aerosmith, Look Homeward Angel. One of the greatest heavy metal live albums of all time. Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. You know, it's been argued how much of this was re-recorded in the studio. Don't really care. It sounds great. It captures that energy that Priest has on stage. I've seen him many, many, many times live, and they don't sound that far off. This is just great. Again, encompassing a lot of their '70s material, which is my favorite era of the band, so you can't go wrong with Unleashed in the East. The Japanese version of this, I believe, is called Priest in the East, and comes with a 7-inch single with 2 extra songs. The CD version of this has all those bonus tracks that were on the Japanese version all in one, so of course I have both the CD and the LP. Alright, another one that I've been a fan of since I was literally a little kid in grade school. Kiss Alive. Just, I mean, this would tie up with Priest and the next couple as my all-time favorites. I mean, to say one of them is number 1, 2, and 3, 4, it was just impossible. All these next ones I'm showing are number 1 for me. I just love them all equally. So, Kiss Alive, another gatefold, double record. Came with a booklet, which this one does have in it. I guess I can get that out real quick and show it to you, but I'm sure everybody's seen it before. It's not like it's a rare record or anything. There's the booklet, that early Kiss show. And yeah, just a great record. Captures Kiss live and raw on stage. And again, people have argued how much of it's been re-recorded in the studio. And I mean, I've read all 4 of their band's autobiographies, and they even contradict each other. But who knows? Who cares? It sounds great, and that's what matters. It's just a classic live record from Kiss. Kiss Alive. I met a girl out there have a lot of Irish in them. I met a girl out there a little more Irish in them. Timothy Live and Dangerous. Another one that I've just been a fan of since I was a kid. Love this record. This definitely is Timothy supercharged. If you want to hear where Iron Maiden got their sound from, it's right here. I mean, that dual guitar harmonies, the heavy crunch, everything that encompassed what Iron Maiden became was here in the '70s with Thin Lizzy, and this live record right here. Yeah, they just couldn't capture that same heaviness, that same raw energy that they had, on this record in the studio. There's just no way they couldn't do it. And then Phil's just such an entertainer on stage. I mean, his banter between songs is almost as entertaining as the music itself, and that's the case with some of the best live records. The frontman is entertaining. He's not just up there singing, but he's entertaining. And Philip Lynott was definitely an entertainer. And this is a classic record. Another gatefold. I'm sure everybody's seen it a million times. I'll have to pull it apart. And then this is gonna, I'm just sure, shock everybody who knows me. Ted Nugent Double Live Gonzo. Yes, sir. Another double album. Another gatefold. Raw, sweaty Teddy live and in person in the 70s. This encompasses a lot of his early material from his first 3 records: Free for All, Cat Scratch Fever, Ted Nugent, as well as some of the old Amboy Duke stuff. Hibernation, I believe, is on here, and yeah, I mean, it's just a combination of early Nugent, but it's, again, like the past few records that I've shown, Ted couldn't capture that heaviness, couldn't capture that emotion, you know, in the studio that he can capture here. The raw energy of the crowd, along with the hype of being up on stage in front of that crowd, is captured here, and you can't capture that on in a studio. And the thing about this album, again, you know, you've never heard anybody argue about this one being recorded live, because it actually was recorded live. What it was is a compilation, basically, of a bunch of different live shows. They took the tape recorder with them and recorded a bunch of shows and picked out the songs they liked best and the chords they liked best. You know, this album right here is guaranteed to blow the balls off Charging Rhino 60 paces. Guaranteed. Yep. So, Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzo, 1978, I believe. And one more. This one actually, I don't know, wasn't sure I was going to make my list or not, but another one of those short ones that I really enjoy. And I don't have it on vinyl, I have it on CD. But Testament, Return to the Apocalyptic City. And that is what is playing in the background. Basically a live EP from Testament. I listen to this CD a lot. When I get in the mood to hear some Testament, or especially some live thrash, this is a go-to record quite a bit for me. So there you go. Some of my favorite live albums, a lot of 70s, a few 80s, one from the, it's more recent, but yeah, top 10 plus live albums. And I hope you enjoyed, and leave some comments below. And that's it. God bless, and stay strong.